Students often ask me why English vocabulary and pronunciation are so unpredictable. Why are there so many exceptions? Well, the English language comes from England. So let's look at England on a map. We have these islands in the ocean, very close to the European continent. It's a very strategic position for trade and also for military interests. The British Isles are also fertile lands to grow fruit, vegetables, grain, and to raise livestock, like cows and sheep. This made the islands very attractive to conquerors, merchants, and refugees. Through the ages, different peoples with different languages and cultures have lived in the British Isles. This gives the English language a rich but complex history. Okay, so that's our backstory. Let's look at some details. In the 400s, the Anglo-Saxons migrated to Britain from the area that we know as Germany and Denmark. They spoke what we call Old English. Thanks to them, we have words like thought, through, and weightless. Then, starting around the 700s, Vikings invaded, conquered, and colonized parts of Britain. The Vikings spoke Norse and through contact influenced Old English, giving us words like awkward, flaunt, and knife. When the Normans conquered part of Britain in 1066, Old English was flooded with new words from Old Norman, Old French, and Latin. Britain entered the period of Middle English. Most of modern English spelling, capitalization, and emphasis was established in the period of Middle English. From Old Norman and Old French, we have words like beef, pensive, and fraternal. From the Latin influence, we have words like agriculture, edible, and negotiate. The next big change in the English language came with the Renaissance, the invention of the printing press and the works of Shakespeare. This is what is called the early modern English period. Between 1500 and 1700, there were some big changes in English pronunciation and vowel sounds. The English vocabulary increased again with more words from Latin, French, German, and Dutch, and other words influenced by Greek. For example, chronology, cynical, and dialogue. Another big change came in this period as the British Empire expanded with colonies around the world. And many words from different cultures have been adopted into English, such as pajamas, hammock, and powwow. Not to mention many names of fruit, vegetables, meals, and animals learned from native languages, like chutney, avocado, and caribou. Since the late 1700s, with the Industrial Revolution, scientific advancement, globalization, and digital technology, a lot of new words have appeared in the English language. Words like camera, bacteria, and blog. British colonialism and American influence have spread English worldwide, and English has become the global business language that we see everywhere today. But there are still big regional differences in the English language. The vocabulary and pronunciation in Australia, for example, are very different from the vocabulary and pronunciation in Canada, which sometimes makes English confusing even for native speakers. For example, the meanings of cookie and biscuit, gas and petrol, or chips and fries. With all the conquests, influences, and evolution of the language that we've seen in this video, it means that modern English is rich and diverse. Regrettably, compared to some other languages, there was never an official standardization of the English language. So vocabulary, spelling, and pronunciation of modern English words is very irregular and inconsistent. Unfortunately, this explanation doesn't make English grammar or pronunciation easier to master, but hopefully it can help you to understand why the English language is so unpredictable and why there are so many exceptions. Don't give up. With patience, perseverance, and practice, you can become fluent in English.